The economics of data, cybersecurity, digitizing the real sector of the economy, end-to-end country digital journeys, among others, dominated discussions at the Nigeria Digital Economy Summit held in Abuja. You're welcome to CNBC Africa's special highlights of the event. Many thanks to you for joining us. I am Christy Cole. At the two-day event, which saw gender and technology advocates, private and public sector leaders across Sweden and Nigeria converge at the conference center of the presidential villa. Conversations revolved around female leadership, gender balance, technology adoption and deployment, as well as the digital economy within Nigeria and the globe. Attendees at the event assessed Nigeria's digital journey and proffered solutions to improving the digital economy within Africa's most populous country.
It is regrettable that Nigeria missed out at the first industrial revolution. Nigeria was left behind in the second and third industrial revolutions. Nigeria cannot afford to be left behind in this fourth industrial revolution. The circumstances that led to Nigeria not fully participating in the first, second, and third industrial revolutions are well known. Things have changed. Nigeria has the largest population in Africa and one of the largest in the world, with the largest market and economy in Africa. Nigeria is considered a young nation, not because of how old our country is, but the average age of our population. We therefore must do everything that is necessary to participate in the fourth industrial revolution.
With a special guest appearance by co-founder and former chairman of Alibaba, Jack Ma, the Nigeria Digital Economy Summit 2019 was the perfect opportunity for young entrepreneurs and tech enthusiasts in Nigeria and those from Sweden to exchange ideas.
Alibaba, what was your lowest moments building Alibaba? What was your highest moment building Alibaba? And what do you think your legacy is from a personal perspective?
Well, building Alibaba in the past 20 years, every day is difficult. No day is simple, because even to today, people say, hey, now you are one of the biggest companies in China, in the world, so you should no, I get much busier. I get more headaches. I thought when I started my business, when my business was small, I thought, one day when my company is bigger, I can smoke a cigar and on the beaches and running my business. But no, that's not the truth. The bigger your company is, the more responsibility you have, the more employees you have, the more headaches you have. The more customers you have, the more problem you get. This is a life. When you try to be entrepreneur, you know that your fun, your great part of time is solving problem. You to see these kind of challenges. And I told myself in the past 20 years, almost every day, today is difficult, tomorrow is more difficult. But the day of tomorrow is beautiful. Most people die tomorrow evening, right? So you have to work damn hard and trust your people. Because you are not expert of everything. Because I don't know technology, you have to hire the people who know technology better than you are. You don't know marketing, you have to hire people who do marketing better than you are. You're not expert at accounting, you find the people who are smarter. So the very, very important thing is find the people who are smarter than you are, support him, empower him, making sure that these people do better than they think. It's not easy, but it's a lot of fun when you get to use it. People say, hey, we got a lot of people reject us. People don't want to work with us. Why people should work with you? Why people should accept you? You have to prove. So you have a vision, you have dreams, you have a smart team, you have to work very hard. You have to make progress every day, every week, every month. And then people start to trust you. So my legacy, I just, I hope my people one day say, hey, Jack is a good mentor. Jack shares a lot of experience in entrepreneurs. I think being an entrepreneur is the most exciting thing because you have so many problems you have to deal with every day. Yeah, so we are like abnormal people.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Another very wonderful lady that I do adore and admire what she's done, employing close to 1,000 Nigerians. Amal Hassan, please.
Thank you very much for having me. You have an impressive record of tenacity. You have been rejected by so many jobs. You have written your exams 3 times. You have applied to Harvard 10 times. And what kept you going? What kept you believing and going all through your career? What is the one thing that...
Thank you so much for this question, and congratulations. And thank you for creating so many jobs and supporting young people. Well, I've been rejected again. I get used to that. This is always I tell my people when they join Alibaba, when they try to be a salespeople, when they try to partner with others, they got rejected. I say, get used to it. And I think in order to continue our luck, we should empower young people, empower more people, helping more people, young leaders, and more young entrepreneurs. And this is why I come to Africa. Every time I come to Africa, I feel moved and touched by the entrepreneurs like you. You want to change, want to do something. And we should make entrepreneurs Africa, they are the heroes. It's not the government that make the economic growth, it's the entrepreneurs make the government make the economic growth. Government should support entrepreneurs, build up the infrastructure to empower them because they will create jobs, they will hire people, they will make taxes, they will add values.
The Swedish Embassy is very proud that Abuja and Nigeria and the Swedish Embassy have been chosen for this. It's a pilot program by the Swedish Institute in Stockholm to promote female leadership and in a new kind of transformative leadership that we support very much. We think that we need to engage women much more in our economies. We've been quite good at it in Sweden, but we can do more. But overall in the world, women need to be much more involved in economic development. And leadership is one important sector, of course. We need more female leaders, to be quite honest. And only a gender equality in our economies can make them sustainable for the future.
Our aim is to capacity build 20 women in tech sector within leadership and what we call transformative leadership, aiming for how do we deal with difficult situations in a very difficult time of world and very quick changes. So the Swedish Institute is a government organization. We work under the Swedish Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We have a mission to create relations with different countries, and both in Nigeria we have 2 different strategies working both with development aid but also with trade relations. So this is a very, very important country for us to expand our relations with.
Women still are not where we should be, and it's not going to be given to us on the platter of gold. We need to be prepared, we need to be able to fight for it and assert ourselves. But you won't do that because if you are not prepared, then if the opportunity comes, you won't even recognize it. So those are the things that I hope living here we will all be able to do in our own little areas.
There's a very positive response throughout the continent talking about female leadership, and women want to take place. Not only to lean in, but really like to take the effort and really take place as female leaders. They also want to use data and use modern technology to really excel also in their leadership at many various positions. So at both organizational level, governmental level, in corporate world. So I would say we see in general a higher proportion of female leaders in general.
I think it's critical for a government, for any government, to hold these kinds of summits, just to inform the public that the government is actually doing something proactively to try and change the current situation. And what was mentioned before by one of the honorable ministers is that Nigeria, in many ways, missed the first, second, and third industrial revolution, and you can't afford to miss the fourth. And I think this is true evidence that you won't miss it, because everybody's on board.
Even though there are a willingness to take part of different health apps, access to data is still an ongoing issue, and it's something that I think needs to be solved from a government point of view before I think the larger Nigerian population can take care of these or take part of these apps.
Digitalization is not about a luxury thing, doing something nice and fancy. It's about doing things better in a much more cost-effective way. So I think it is the time to really step in and start to explore the low-hanging fruits of creating an effective government through digital tools.
Convergence is the thematic of today. Collaboration and partnership in between different ministries is very important. I think that the step that the Minister of Trade and Investment has made is a step in the right direction, as we know that the digital economy, that's now part of the communications ministry, is an important aspect, and it not only talks about ICT, it should also cover other technologies. So it was very appealing that we had the Ministry of Science and Technology with us. What we need is a communique out of this, because really then you could say it's a talking shop. If there is a communique that defines outcomes and objectives as to how we can truly build a digital economy, then I think it's been worthwhile.
The momentum is there, the passion is there, the understanding is there. It is the coordination that really needs to happen. There's no doubt a massive need for the public and the private sector collaboration on this to make it really work.
We had an opportunity to learn from the practitioners some of the problems that they're encountering in the digital space in Nigeria. And I think as government we will go back, analyze these issues and try to find solutions to them.
It is a truism that whenever everyone is thriving, the entire country is better for it. The digitization of the economy has the greatest potential to accelerate financial inclusion by formalizing the informal economy.
This has been the CNBC Africa's highlights of key activities at the Nigeria Digital Economy Summit held in Abuja, the country's capital. Many thanks to you for watching. I am Christy Cole on behalf of the CNBC Africa team, and it's goodbye.